This lesson emphasizes the foundational role that having a clear, definite chief aim plays in achieving success. Napoleon Hill argues that success is impossible without a singular focus, and this principle is the cornerstone of all other success teachings in the book. He frames this aim as a blueprint for one's life, stating that the absence of a central, driving purpose leads to aimlessness, mediocrity, and failure. The power of a definite chief aim. At the heart of this lesson is a psychological and philosophical declaration. Every person who has achieved enduring success has had one outstanding and definite purpose in life. This purpose serves as the guiding star by which all decisions, habits, and energy are aligned. Without such a purpose, Hill warns, individuals waste energy, drift aimlessly, and rarely accomplish anything significant. A definite chief aim is not a vague wish or hope, such as, "I want to be successful," or "I want to make money." It is a clear, written, and deliberate goal that includes what you want, when you intend to accomplish it, why you want it, how you plan to get it. This WWWH formula forms the basis of serious life planning and decision-making. The psychology behind it. Hill builds his case using foundational principles of psychology. He explains that a person's actions are the physical manifestation of their dominating thoughts. Therefore, when an individual plants a definite chief aim deeply in their subconscious mind, it begins to influence all thoughts and behaviors, driving them toward the desired end. This mental conditioning occurs through a process Hill calls autosuggestion, a form of self-hypnosis or affirmation. By repeatedly thinking about, visualizing, and speaking one's chief aim, the subconscious accepts it as reality, and this internal belief translates into outward action. Practical steps for developing a chief aim. To move from theory to application, Hill provides specific, actionable steps. 1. Select your aim. Choose with careful thought the one thing you want to accomplish above all else in life. This aim must be based on deep-seated desire. 2. Write it down. Put your chief aim into writing in clear, definite language. 3. Form a plan. Write down a step-by-step plan for how you intend to achieve your aim. 4. Create a mastermind group. Form a group of supportive individuals, friends, family, spouse, who will encourage you, reinforce your belief in your aim, and align with your purpose. Each member should sign your written statement of your aim. 5. Daily affirmation. Read your written statement aloud every night and morning, visualizing yourself in possession of the goal. Hill emphasizes doing this with faith, emotion, and enthusiasm. 6. Adaptability. Be prepared to adjust your plans if they are not yielding results, but never change your aim. Flexibility in method is encouraged. Inflexibility in vision is vital. 7. Privacy. Keep your aim private, except from your mastermind group. The world is full of doubting Thomases, and early exposure to skepticism can kill belief and momentum. Real-world examples of chief aims. Hill illustrates his points with stories of famous individuals who achieved greatness by adhering to a single, clear purpose. Woodrow Wilson aimed at the White House for 25 years before reaching it. Woolworth set out to create a chain of five-and-dime stores, and succeeded. Henry Ford focused relentlessly on creating an affordable automobile. Thomas Edison concentrated on the harmonious application of natural laws and produced a record number of useful inventions. Rockefeller aimed at dominating the oil industry and became the richest man of his generation. Each story underscores that single-minded focus persistently appletus a prerequisite for exceptional achievement. The psychological and economic value. Psychologically, having a definite chief aim gives one a sense of direction, fuels motivation, and reduces wasted energy. Economically, it helps individuals focus their talents and efforts on something of value, making them more likely to succeed in their profession or business. The analogy of a ship without a rudder is often used. Just as a rudderless ship spins aimlessly until it runs out of fuel, so does a person without a definite purpose exhaust their energy without reaching a destination. Discipline, persistence, and faith. Hill stresses that following this lesson requires discipline and persistence. Many people may start the process but abandon it before it becomes effective. Faith, both in oneself and in a higher power, if one chooses, is described as essential for nurturing belief and commitment. He also stresses the power of enthusiasm and action. Knowledge alone is not enough. One must act on their purpose with energy and determination. The principle of autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is presented as the mechanism by which one's chief aim becomes internalized. Hill insists that daily repetition of one's goal conditions the mind to believe it is achievable. When this belief becomes strong enough, it drives one to do whatever is necessary to achieve the aim. Repetition plus belief equals mental blueprint. Mental blueprint plus action equals achievement. Faith and prayer. For those inclined to religious belief, Hill encourages using prayer as a reinforcement tool for one's definite aim. He suggests that involving others in prayer, especially members of your mastermind group, adds a spiritual dimension of unity and purpose. Overcoming doubt and adversity. Hill openly acknowledges that achieving a definite chief aim will not be easy. There will be failures, doubts, and obstacles. But these must be seen as temporary setbacks, not signals to quit. Even the most successful individuals, he notes, had at least one foot hanging well over the brink of failure before breaking through. The ultimate payoff. Once the chief aim becomes a reality, it not only brings material and external rewards, but also builds character, confidence, and inner peace. A person with purpose is respected, admired, and followed. They are not subject to the whims of chance or the opinions of others. They become creators, not victims. Closing reflections. Hill challenges readers to take the lesson seriously, implement its steps with precision, and commit to lifelong focus on their aim. He leaves no room for shortcuts or partial commitment. The ultimate message is simple but powerful. Know what you want, and you'll get it if you are willing to pay the price in focus, persistence, and action.